Man, oh man, what can I say? David Dashmalishan is a phenomenal actor. This dude is so good that I best with my friend because I said, that was the guy from Last Voyage of Demeter and also Suicide Squad, Polka Dot Man. She's like, nah, you gotta put him side by side. I was like, same dude. She's like, yeah, I gotta see this side by side. That lets you know how good this guy is. He's so good that he embodies it. I recognize him, but I lose him, which is good. If you're such a good actor that I lose you in the role, it is just downright ridiculous how that man just embodies a character. But anyway, as you can see on the screen, Late Night with the Devil. It's really cool because it feels partially like a documentary, partially like you're watching a historical event, but then you're kind of going through the event and it kind of sucks you up. And for the most part, I would say honestly 99% of the movie is fantastically done. There's like a little part 1% here where it's like a little each person I've talked to and I've seen that reviewed it kind of had it on their own. I had my part dealing towards the very end, but like not at the exact ending, like right before it. My friend had a part a little bit before that. Someone else talked about like a scene that dealt with electricity, so it kind of depends. Like there's a little part here and there, but the general consensus and my general consensus, the movie is very well put together, very well done, especially with the budget that they had. It feels like a late night show from the 70s. And I just lose you in that role. Like that's crazy. Like I see you as the person, and that's like some good acting. And it doesn't always mean a person's bad if I see them in the role. Like you see Arnold, but you're watching him for the, one-liners and stuff back in the day. You see Denzel, you're looking for them Denzelisms. It ain't the fact that the dude is not compelling. It's not the fact that the man can't pull it, but you have those things. But they're smaller, like it's like he embodies those roles. But anyway, sorry, I had to take a swig out of the drink. Heating up some tea. So if you hear that in the background. Anyway, yeah, man. When you see this movie, what makes it really cool, it really does. And like I said, I'm going to try to keep this spoiler. Well, I'm saying now, I'm going to try to keep this spoiler like free pretty much. But it's really cool because it's about this guy. It's what you see in the front of the camera is not the same as what you see behind the camera. They're trying to, beat Johnny Carson. He's always number 2. He wants that success, dealing with like all these things, and it starts off like kind of giving you some explanation, almost like a documentary. And when you're in the beginning, it's a really long way to get to the movie. Like there's apparently a lot of production teams and stuff on here, but it starts to set certain things up. It like lets you know some information that does become important later, and it kind of talk to you more like it's almost like you're watching like a partial documentary to say, okay, here's the episode that you need to watch and see what happened on this episode. So they are treating it almost like a found footage, but not. It's more like hey, here's this crazy thing that happened on this show. And said like sometimes they'll show you the episodes that weren't aired or something like later on and why. Or you get like the little blips like in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the time, which was still one of the funniest things where he gave Carlton the black book and Carlton like lost his mind and he did the thing with, I feel the power. And then like later, I forgot something happened, but he was like, no. And he like ran through all the sets and was running through the whole thing like, no. And, I love stuff like that. So it felt kind of like you were watching something like that, which is really cool. And what happens is that you start to see these segments. He's doing like this spooky Halloween thing, and they do it's so cool because you see like the commercial breaks, and then during the breaks, hey, this is what they do. They're either eating, getting themselves powdered up, they're doing stuff, and the night shows you as it keeps going, it gets stranger and stranger and stranger. Like you're seeing people with like abilities, and is this real and is it not? And are they doing this? Is this believable? And it was just really cool. And as it progresses, it starts to get a little darker, a little creepier, a little more kind of thing. And you actually do see some people have in the show, like as it goes, have certain reactions. And they got a guy on there who's doing like, the psychic mind thing, Christo, and stuff that happens with that. That was something that was like, okay. And then you get the other guy, as you're going through, they have the skeptic, they kind of built the show. They're kind of exploring into that supernatural realm. And like I said, and for some people that makes them very uncomfortable but it's like he's pushing, but then you're like feeling sorry, but then you're questioning things, and they kind of give you definitely some background on the show, like who he is, what was going on, how they got to this point. And I just thought that was like amazingly done. Like it was like, okay, you feel like it's a real, like a late night show that was on back in the 70s, and that it was, did these things, and they give you enough background. It's almost like, hey, you know what? I never watched that show kind of thing, but it was on. Like I've seen Johnny Carson, but I haven't seen every episode of Johnny Carson. But I was growing up, I've seen Johnny Carson, but I didn't see a lot of the ones prior to me being born. So it really truly feels like a late night show, in the setup and how things start to come together, and how like the horror elements do. And it looks like a 70s thing. It feels like a 70s thing, but it also feels like a 70s horror movie. And the way they did the effects and everything. So it kind of felt on brand with that too. So if you look at it just from a straight up horror movie feel, it feels like it's from back in the day in all the best ways possible. But if you're looking at it from a documentary point of view, it also hits on those cylinders. It was a fine balance, and they were able to really do the balance. The special effects were very, very good all the way through. There was like practical, you saw some CG, you saw some stuff. Sometimes it kind of took you out a little, but it kind of felt ethereal and a little bit like Ghostbustery. But to me, actually, Ghostbusters is not bad. How they did it, and I'm talking about the original Ghostbusters stuff, and how they did it, I actually think was pretty well done. So, yeah. If you want to watch something very interesting, especially if you like documentary stuff, it works. If you like horror, it works. If you like body horror, it works. If you like things that kind of twist and turn, and you start to get that, you're trying to unravel it with everybody else, and you kind of feel like you're in the audience, this movie works. Like I said, for the most part, I think the special effects were really cool. There was like one little part in the movie that I got why they did it, but I was kind of like, did you really have to do it? But even then, it wasn't a pain, and it was like a good 3 minutes or so. Like I've noticed that even people I've talked to about it, and I've seen, I already watched it, so it wasn't influenced in my opinion. Everyone has a little part or somewhere, not the same parts either. Like everyone seems to have a part in the movie that didn't do it for them, but overall it did. So we're talking 99.9 kind of thing. I think that's pretty freaking good. You don't have to be 100% perfect to do it, but everyone always picks out their little parts. Even I had a little part. One person picked out, I think Jeremy John said it too, but someone else I knew actually said there was this electrical scene that kind of made him feel I was fine with it. I had it more of a later scene when he's dealing with somebody, and it just didn't feel, it felt like they were laying it a little too thick at that moment, but they kind of got past it and it was fine. But it's really cool to see the skeptic and what the skeptic can do and why this person's a skeptic and all that, and then they kind of challenge that as well, and then how they go back and forth. You see the attitudes, and the cast was really well done. It was a very interesting movie overall, and it all came together really well. So I would rate this as a definite, honestly, should buy. I would buy it myself. I am going to. It's on streaming right now. I was mad because I couldn't see it in theaters. Me and my friend wanted to see it, but they just transitioned it where it was going to streaming. So I had to wait 2 days, which was annoying. But yeah, definitely check it out. It's on streaming. It's worth it. It's a good time. If you like horror films and stuff, I'm telling you, it is definitely worth a watch, at least once. And that performance from everybody was good. The little girl, how everything goes overall, I thought was very good. Geek Protagonist, you stay safe, you stay healthy, stay real. Hey, yo, tell me what you think in the comments. If you've seen it, I would love to hear from you. See ya.